Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday to you. I wanted to just share with you this particular makeup look that I have on today, and just say, yesterday I did some, sort of running around to a few different places to see if I could find the toilet paper, because of course everybody is out of it, as crazy as it is. And here's the way I look at it. I'm a pretty creative person, and so if need be, I can be pretty creative about what needs to be done if we run out of toilet paper. But here's what I think is more important. What I think is more important is that I almost convinced myself after watching the news last night, after I spent yesterday running around to different stores looking for toilet paper or picking up, extra tissue, and things like that, that I convinced myself, oh, maybe I shouldn't go to church today. Because, a couple of the major churches have just shut down, and, I understand getting a grip on the virus. I also understand fear. I understand overreacting. And for me, I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't go to church tomorrow because, I should just try to stay in and isolate as much as I can, because I do have an elderly person who lives at home. And yes, it's good right now. I am keeping her in, and it was good that last week she did not want to go to her new center, and that's good because now I'm really going to hold off on that until this blows over. But more importantly, what I want to say is I pretty much was convincing myself I'm not going to church, but I am dressed. I am going to church. It is the safest place I think I can find myself in. It is that place I can get peace. It's that place that I know God tells me, fear not, fear not. And so I will be going to church. And for me, that means participating in the Lord's Supper, and I'm glad that I did not give in to my fear today. So I wanted to share that with you. But let's get on with today's look. Hello, everybody. Oh, let me adjust a little bit. Part 2. I did go to church, and I just got back, and I did make a quick run to the grocery store because I was in a different town, a different area, and I thought, well, maybe let's just check out and see what this store has available. Nothing. So I was able to get some meat and stuff like that, and but, as far as disinfectant and wipes and toilet paper, no. Anyway, I was glad that I did get to church today, though, because as of today, they made the announcement in accordance to what, everybody's asking. They are going to close the doors until at least Palm Sunday, which is kind of sad because this is Lent during the church season, and it is an important time. And but we just have to stay strong and have faith. And Jesus tells us in his own words to fear not. And so I cannot live in fear. And it may seem kind of senseless to some people who might be watching, like, why are you even on here doing a makeup YouTube video? It's stupid when all this is going on, but you can't gain or change one thing from fretting or worrying, and I choose not to. I am a caregiver for an elderly person, so I have to be extra specially cautious when it comes to exposure and what I'm doing with her. And it was kind of good last week. We were going to go to a new place for her, and she really felt very upset about it, so we did not go. And now we are going to continue not going because I'm sure most places are closed to the outside public. But she kind of has a little bit of a concern and worry about toilet paper anyways. Seriously. Every time I go to the grocery store, or I say, well, I've got to run some errands. Okay, pick me up some toilet paper. And this has just gone on for years. Okay, what are you doing with this toilet paper? Eating it? It's and Kleenex, toilet paper and Kleenex. And I do think it's because she has lived through some difficult times in her life. She was a product of World War II. She was in Europe, Italy at the time. They were very poor, starving. You know, food was scarce. She knows what it means for families to stand in lines waiting for flour and bread and things like that. So the things that we have now in our life that we take for granted, and honestly, toilet paper obviously is a luxury. And so she has concerns now because she watches the news all day long. And I had to tell her yesterday to go sit outside a couple of different times. I said, I want you away from the TV. I just don't want you focusing on what's being said, because a lot of times what's being said through the media is false information. It's not accurate, and it puts people and things into a frenzy. And so we're going to stay positive and put our faith where it belongs and continue on with life, because I certainly can't change the situation, but I do want to be mindful and smart and do right things and keep us safe. But at the same time, I have to continue on with just living, and I am going to live joyfully. You know, there's a saying that is something like, you can be sad, but you don't have to act sad. You can be mad, but you don't have to act mad. I think acting out on fears is where we can get ourselves into a lot of trouble. So anyways, enough of that. I'm kind of sad that, you know, church doors are going to close until Palm Sunday. But it's the right thing to do, especially in the congregation where I go. There's a large number of elderly, so you have to just kind of watch out for everybody. And I'm just so thankful that I went today. So next, I just thought I would share with you my look, and I'm going to put some pictures in of the outfit that I have on. This is a shirt that I purchased at the Loft, and I showed it to you before, but I don't think I showed it on. And I just dressed it up with a pair of black straight pants and some black flats, and it's comfortable, and it just feels really good, and it's just really cute. So I will show you pictures of that and put them here. And then I said I would talk about what I put on my face and how I did my makeup today. And confession time. Yeah. I said I wasn't going to buy any makeup. And I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. Am I mad at myself for doing it? Yes. This is March. I've done really good. January, February, and March. I've done really good for January, February, and March. And I was so proud of myself. And, you know, I come on and I boast to you about I'm doing really good on my no-buy, and because I'm using up things that I have in stock, and it's been great. I've just enjoyed doing it, but I'm going to blame it on one night getting up. My hormones must have been off or something, but I did have to get up, so I went to the bathroom and got myself something to drink, a glass of water. I was feeling thirsty, and I could not get back to sleep. So instead of picking up my book and reading a book to make me sleepy, no, I had to get on social media, Pinterest, and scroll and look at stuff, and I don't know. I weakened, and I bought what I didn't really need, but I sure did like it. It was cute. And listen, I'm just going to forgive myself and move forward and continue on with a no-buy. But it was by NARS, and it is just this cute little eyeshadow. I know, of all things, did I need another eyeshadow palette? But when I saw these colors, oh, boom, bam, see what I mean? Yeah, my favorite colors. Mm-hmm. My colors, yes. But what I liked about this is that these that have some shimmer to them, and this palette is called Suede. You see how soft it is? It's not that chunky, piecey, glittery shadow. Very soft. And that was the middle two. And I don't really have any colors that are soft like that, that have just that little bit of, I'm going to say, glitz to them, that little bit of sheen. So that on older eyes, skin, you know, it is very, it's complimentary. It's not off. And I do have this palette on today. And I just thought it was so pretty. And I used this darker color just to line the underneath part of my eyes. And I just thought, oh, look what I did. I just thought it just, they're my colors. I love them. They're so pretty. And I liked that there was a matte here, but the colors that have the sheen on them are just very soft. And so you can see it on my fingertips just how soft they are, but enough to where you just get, oh, just a gorgeous combination of color. So I caved. What can I say? And I'm being honest with you, because what is the sense of telling you I'm going to do something and then not be truthful about it? Well, what is that? That's just kind of, not being truthful is just not my cup of tea. I mean, I'm human. I do things, but right back on track. Back on track. I love this, and this is great for travel, and I think that this is a suitable, comfortable palette that you can use this all year round. You can go as light as you want, as dark as you want, with any color combination that you're wearing. I think it's gorgeous, and I really like it. And again, it's NARS, and it's called Suede. It's called a Voyager eyeshadow palette. Is it this way to that way? Is it that way to this way? I don't know. But if you look up Suede, you'll see the colors. And I think very true to online at Sephora when they show you the swatches. Very true. But look at them. They're pretty. So, yeah. Anyways, back to what I have on my face. So, I did do a video last week, and I showed you putting on makeup in a with a different technique. I've been using that technique pretty regularly. I took out my white so I could, oh, now I have a spot. Oops, I'll cover it up. And I've been doing that technique, which I'm liking. I think it's great. But today, what I did is I used my NARS and this brush from Zova, and it's, I've talked about it a lot, number 110. And I pretty much used this as my cover-up base when I first went in. And then I used my Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous foundation, just a teeny tiny drop. And with that, I went in with one of my little application brushes. I used this one today. This is just a mini one from Sephora. But it's nice because, see, it's really soft. It has a soft angle, and it does get into these crevices here. And so I used this to tap on, and then I smoothed everything with my Zova 102 brush. That went on the floor. This is another Zova brush. This one's a little bit bigger. This is when I use a little heavier, no, this isn't the heavier foundation one. This is my powder one from them. But anyways, the brush that I just threw across the room, I just went and smoothed it all over my face. Got that on. And then for my under eyes, I, of course, used my normal daily eye cream. And then today and this week I took out my Tatcha, and this is the Moonlight. This stuff goes a long way, and I just keep it good and tight because I don't want it to dry out. So I've just been committed to getting this back out. I really like this. This is really a good under eye. And so what I did is I did the technique that she described in her video about just really centering on this dark area. And for me, I even go up a little bit here and just tap it in. And then I took my little Tati heart sponge, and with the point at the end, I just tapped it all in. And then what I do is once I'm tapping it in, I just kind of bring it down mid-eye, and not this part where I really have the excess creases, because I just don't want anything to settle in the creases. So I smooth that all out, and then I just let it set on my eyes for probably 5 or 10 minutes, and I just want it to dry before I put any setting powder on it. So, and next I used my I used the Dior Pink, no, it's not Pink Explosion, it's called Petal. And this is really pink, but you can see how soft it is. And I did the technique she talked about using, applying your blush. And it's basically, I just tapped it in lightly in the powder, and then I hit the side that has nothing on it just to, so it doesn't, you know, just pool in one area. And then I just kind of went right underneath, right here at the upper portion of the apple of my cheeks, and just kind of went into a little round motion, and again on this side, and then just a little sweeping, but very lightly, just to give it that kind of blushed look. And then after I did that, I went and applied my, I think this, who is this, Tom Ford? Yep, my Tom Ford bronzer. Now the bronzer, gosh, so I took my Tom Ford blush and my Chanel brush, and I just gently tapped it. And what I do is just kind of go under this outline here and very lightly sweeping upward. I'm not really doing a broad contour. I'm just adding just a little bit of sun to my face. And then on this part here, I just kind of outline really lightly. And I just use a really flat brush. I had it here. Anything will do, but something that's kind of skinny. This is a little bit thick, and I like a different one, but I couldn't find it this morning. I might have washed it. And what I do is I just kind of outline a little bit here with tapping the bronzer, and then, you know, tapping it off. And I'll just show you. I just kind of go on this outline here. You can see it makes that little marking, and I just kind of bring it down because I have a wider nose and I just want to narrow it a little bit. And then I take a big fluffy brush and I just kind of tap it into the side of my nose. And it's okay if it has just a little bit of powder on the brush, because you're just kind of trying to blend it in. So I did that. So basically here, a little bit here on my jawline, not heavy, just lightly, just so it looks like, you know, maybe I got a little bit of coloration from the sun, which I didn't, so that's good. And so I did that, and then I used my Hourglass pencil that I have switched over that I love. It's the Arch pencil. Yeah, I don't know, but this is what I've been using. This is like my third pencil that I've used, and I haven't gone back to the Anastasia because I have a couple that I have in my stock, so I will use them up, but I really love it. I think it just does a great job. So I did that for my eyebrows, and of course my new NARS palette, yep, for my eyes. And I think it's light, it's pretty, I like it, and yeah. I think sometimes when I turn this way, it looks like I might need it to just blend this in a little more, so I'll do that. But I just think it's so pretty, and it's very complimentary to maturing skin. So I like that. I use that. And then I did put on this Tarte Smooth Operator, it's called. And this I went underneath my eyes and just lightly, and I used a little tiny brush like this, something like that. I used this one. And then I just took that powder and lightly tapped it here and really kind of stayed away from the fine lines there, but just to set that little bit of under eye. And then I just took a little bit of that powder and just kind of went in the areas on the side where I do get oily. But then overall, I took my Hourglass veil, love it, translucent, and I set. And where I set my powder was, I took the Tati sponge and I dumped it in there, dipped it in there, and I just kind of went under my cheekbone just to emphasize that area a little bit. That's where my face also kind of, the makeup, kind of runs off. And then here, and I went up on my nose, and then I took my big fluffy brush and just blended it all in. So very light on the powder, which is really good for me because, I like a powder. And then for finishing my lips, I wore the Lisa Eldridge, and this one is Love of My Life. And it's really a pretty spring color. And I did line my lips with Bond Girl by Charlotte Tilbury. And that's it. That's my look. So I have on just a pair of little dangling pearl-like earrings. And this shirt is from the Loft, and a pair of black pants that I got at TJ Maxx. And my Tory Burch flats that I've had for years. And that was my outfit of the day. And so I just wanted to share this, so because I do like this technique, and I have been continuing to use it, and it's fast, it's easy, and I think it just kind of makes for a natural look. So I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great Sunday. Be smart, stay safe, don't panic. Put your faith in God and know that He is our strength and our stronghold and our provider. So until my next video, be kind, be humble, and age gracefully. Bye.